Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel, or hey if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Today's video is my favourite time of the month. It is the most exciting time of the month every time. I don't know what it is, I just absolutely love choosing my TBR. So today, because I had so much fun last month using my TBR cards, I am actually going to use them again. Instead of my trusty TBR jar, we are using TBR cards to choose my October TBR. Had to go for a slick back moment today, which you guys don't really see me rocking ever because it doesn't really suit my face, I don't think. But the hair was so greasy today, guys, I'm sorry. It was in dire need of a slick back. As always, I'm going to be choosing 6 prompts today to lead me to 6 books that I want to prioritise in the month of October. For September, I kind of fell into a bit of a slump halfway through and I wasn't feeling any of the books on my TBR, so I did end up leaving 2. As I am filming this, it is still September, but I just know in my heart that I'm not going to finish those 2 books. So we did well, I think. We did 4 books, which honestly I'm happy with. I fell into a slump, guys. I'm currently in the slump. I'm in the trenches. I hopefully will be in the mood again to read in October. So I think I'm going to prioritise maybe some smaller books or maybe just like 1 or 2 chunky books, because I think my September TBR was just a little bit overwhelming. All of the books were kind of chunky. So I have these TBR cards, which I will link in the description box if you want to check them out. They are from Once Upon Your Shelf on Etsy. So without further ado, what are we waiting for? We need to pick our October TBR, so let's get right into it. Okay, so it is October, which means spooky season. Am I right? I feel like I am lacking on the spooky season front over here. Maybe we'll have to pick a prompt that might be on my Kindle or something for a thriller, because I actually don't have any thrillers on my TBR, which is kind of shocking since we're going into the literal spookiest season. Okay, as always, I'm going to let you guys see first, so let's pick a card. Wish me luck, guys. This is the first prompt. Let's hope for a good one. We have pick a book with a teenage lead. Okay, so I'm feeling like YA is the vibe here. I'm not honestly sure if I have many books with a teenage lead. Maybe Divine Rivals? Oh, stunning. 18-year-old Iris. Brill. First book on the TBR is going to be Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, because honestly I don't have any other books on my TBR that have a teenage lead. I think all of them are primarily adult. Maybe An Ember in the Ashes could have been a teenage lead. So I do believe this is a YA book, so I think this could have been, but because it doesn't explicitly say on the back, I am going to go with Divine Rivals, because literally the first line is 18-year-old Iris, so I feel like we have to go for that one. This is a completed duology where I think we're following 2 academics maybe, or just 2 people who are communicating via magical letters. So I think they kind of like type up what they want to say and then it gets magically taken away to the other person. They are communicating during a war of the gods. Her brother is missing. I think they're on opposite sides of the war potentially. And we've got like a magical realism element going on. I think that the romance in this is supposed to be very, very beautiful and I can't wait to give it a go. Prompt number 2. Let's go. I'm feeling this one is calling to me. We have pick a book with dragons or magical creatures. Say less. Say less. My favourite kind of thing. Yes. What should we go for? Honestly, we could go for a lot of options here because I have a lot of fantasy on this TBR at the moment, which is so refreshing because I feel like a lot of the time you guys see me with not a lot of fantasy on my TBR, but I've really switched things up. Okay, so magical creature. So I'm assuming we can't pick one that means like magical human. I mean, does this one count? Because we do have like monsters. Is monster, would that count? Magical creature. I read book 1 of the Book of Azrael series last month, or in this month, and I really enjoyed it, and I would like to continue the series pretty soon so I don't forget what's happening. So I could add Throne of Broken Gods. because it is like gods and monsters, so I'm thinking, could the monsters fit this prompt? Magical creature, potentially. However, this book is an actual brick and I don't know if I'm ready for that. So, or we could do, how about A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout? I feel like this one, I've heard we get more magical creatures, and also we've got like, I don't know how much I can say with this series, guys. I feel like it's a very like an ominous series. I don't really feel like anyone really knows going into it what's in this book, so I don't want to spoil anything, but there is magical creatures in this book, so I could go with this one. And it honestly feels like ages ago that I read From Blood and Ash now, that I really do just need to continue with the series. So I think we're gonna go for this one. We're gonna go for A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout, because I rated From Blood and Ash a 5 stars. It's sort of like this very romantasy-esque series. We've got betrayal, we don't really know who's good, we don't really know where the world is going to take us. We're going on this adventure at the end of book 1. I loved the romance, the chemistry was off the charts, and I've been meaning to pick this up. I don't know why it's taken me so long. So this is the second book on the TBR. Prompt number 3, let's go. Maybe I'll just pick the first one, the one at the front. We have pick a book described as hopeful or uplifting. Okay. Looks at the TBR and like sees nothing. Hopeful or uplifting? Hopeful or uplifting? I have this arc we could do. Is this hopeful or uplifting? I don't really know. I've just looked at the blurb. Tell me why it says, I don't know if anyone has seen the Wuthering Heights trailer at the moment, and the song in the background is fall in love again and again, fall in love again and again. This book literally has it on the back. I love the song from that trailer, so that really just spoke to me. Falling in love. That could be hopeful and uplifting. We could do this one. I'm kind of feeling this one. Might be the vibe. If not, I do have some non-fiction. I have The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. This one is a collection of essays which I feel like could make you either spiral and start really questioning everything, or it could also make you be hopeful at the world. Is that me reaching? Essays on a Human-Centered Planet. This could be potential. I think because this one says fall in love again and again, that gives me like really hopeful, uplifting vibes. So I'm gonna go for this one. This is Laws of Love and Logic by Deborah Curtis. It is a historical romance fiction, I think, and it is coming out February 2026. So this one, for me, sounds really, really good. The cover is kind of catching the light, guys, sorry about that, but this won't be what the actual cover looks like, I don't think. However, yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a go. I would also like to keep on top of any ARC copies that I get sent. So this is a third book on the TBR. Fourth prompt, we're getting through these quite fast. We have pick a book giving sad girl energy. Literally the complete opposite of the last prompt. Okay, sad girl energy. Surely we're gonna go for Blue Sisters by Coco Melors. This one is one that I know centres around sad topics and grief, and it is following, I think, 3 sisters who are all grieving the 4th sister that sadly passed away, but they're all living very different lives. So for instance, we have a lawyer, we have a bouncer, we have one sister who's partying in Paris. They're all living in completely different places in the world as well. And then there was Nikki, the beloved 4th sister, whose unexpected death a year ago left the others reeling. So these guys are trying to stop the sale of their childhood home, and they return to each other to navigate their grief, addiction and heartbreak and learn to fall in love with life again. That definitely is giving me sad girl energy, and this one has been up there on my TBR for quite a while now. I really, really, really have heard good things about this author, especially, is it Cleopatra and Frankenstein? That's her first or most popular book. So I think that this is going to be the one we're going to add to the TBR. It's very stiff though. You know when you get a stiff book like this, like where is the fluff? There's absolutely no fluff. So it's going to be quite uncomfortable to read, but I love the cover and I think the premise sounds very, very intriguing. Prompt number 5. Okay, this one is calling to me. We have pick a book with an animal on the cover. I feel like I had this prompt last time, I'm not sure, but literally just like immediately looking at my TBR right now, I'm faced with a dog. I'm literally faced with this little guy, this dog here. So surely that was a sign. Was that a sign? Potential. I'll run through some of the other options we have, but I feel like that, I'm going to take that as a sign. This is Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. We obviously have the dog on the cover, so that is kind of speaking to me. However, I do have Haunting Adeline with, is that a moth or a butterfly on the front? So we could go for this one. Not sure how I feel about that right now though. We have a butterfly on the cover of Nocticadia that we could do. There's quite a lot on my TBR right now with animals on actually. We could do Butcher and Blackbird, as that one has a bird on the front. Okay, I think that's all. I think that is every cover I have with an animal on the cover, purely for the fact that it literally like looked at me as I read that prompt. I'm gonna go for Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. This one is a literary fiction. Obviously, well, I feel like everyone knows Normal People. This is the author of Normal People. I really love that TV series and the book as well. And I've only ever read one other book by Sally Rooney, and that was Beautiful World, Where Are You? And I really disliked that book. I did not get along with it. It just was not for me. So I've kind of had a 50-50 experience with this author's work. We have, on the one hand, I loved Normal People, on the other hand I really disliked Beautiful World, Where Are You? So we're gonna see where this one stands. It could go in the love camp or the dislike camp, who knows, but this one is following two brothers who are grieving their father's death. So we have one brother who is a successful Dublin lawyer in his 30s, and we have a 22-year-old brother who is a competitive chess player. That is speaking to my inner love for the Queen's Gambit. I love that show. Anything with chess, like I've never played chess in my life, but I just find it very intriguing after watching the Queen's Gambit. Yeah, so we have two very different brothers and they are both navigating grief in their own ways, and I'm very excited to add this one to my TBR. My boyfriend will also be very happy that I'm adding this to my TBR, because the amount of times we walked into Tesco and I saw this book and I was like, I really want it, I really want to read this book, and then I wouldn't buy it, and then he finally bought me it, and it's now been a few months and I've still not read it. He's probably sat here thinking like, girl, you said you really wanted to read this book, so I got you the book and you've still not read it. Now's the time. And the final prompt. I'm always so sad when this ends. I wish I could choose like endless prompts. Okay, what do we have? We have pick a book about second chances. I don't know any books on here that would be a second chance. What would be a second chance here? I feel like I'm going to pick another prompt because I feel like I know that none of those books are about second chances. So, we have pick a book with a true crime plot. Crickets. I actually don't think I have one either. I mean, I guess Haunting Adeline, I think, is like a bit of a... Is the main guy like trying to track down really bad people, but then he also happens to also be a bit of a bad guy as well. I think that might be like the premise, but I'm not actually sure. I'm gonna pick another prompt. Is this cheating? This is definitely cheating, guys, but I'm sorry. Oh, I guess Butcher and Blackbird could also be a true crime. I just don't know. So we're just not gonna go with that one. Okay, this is the third and final one, guys. I have to choose one. We have pick a book with multiple POV. Okay, that should be easy enough to try and find one of. Okay. Multiple POV. Multiple POV. We could do Butcher and Blackbird. This has been on my TBR like multiple times at this point, and I never actually get around to it. So we have Sloane and Rowan. Okay, two POVs in this one. I'm not sure if I want to read that one though. It never really like stands out to me for some reason. Okay. Oh, this one has two POVs. Okay. this one, Carter and Olivia. However, I'm just not sure if I'm in the mood for contemporary romance right now, especially when said contemporary romance is 500 pages. For me, this is like the perfect size for contemporary romance, you know? So I don't know. Okay, maybe An Ember in the Ashes has 2 POVs. Let's see. Okay, Leia. Does. Elias. This one has 2 POVs, and I've been saying I wanted to read this book for the longest time, so I'm gonna go ahead and add An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir onto my TBR, because I'm definitely more feeling either lit fic or fantasy this month. I'm just not feeling contemporary romance, and if I am, then I'll just pick something on my Kindle, I think. So that is going to be the vibe. This book is about an orphan fighting for her family, a soldier searching for his freedom, a story burning to be told. So it's kind of like we've got a lot of things going on here, I believe. It is a 4-book series, and I think as you go on, the books get even better. So I'm so excited to finally delve into this world, and I think a bit of YA will be refreshing, you know? And this is the October TBR. I don't have any thrillers on here, but I'm sure that I will find time to get through some thrillers throughout October, don't you worry. I think I'm gonna make a video specifically reading spooky, horror and thriller and mystery type books for a week, so stay tuned for that. But on the TBR this month, we have Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This is a book with a teenage POV. We have A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This one is a book with magical creatures. We have Laws of Love and Logic by Deborah Curtis. This is a book that is uplifting or hopeful. We have Coco Malaw's We have Blue Sisters by Coco Malaw's, which is a book that gives off sad girl energy. Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, which is a book that has an animal on the front cover. And finally, we have An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir, which is a book with 2 POVs. I feel like that is such a good TBR. I'm so excited to get reading. As always, let me know what you are adding to your October TBR. And if you've stayed this long, let me know what book you are the most excited to read in October. The one book that you are like, yes, I am gonna read this over anything else, like immediately. I'm so excited to read it. Let me know what that book is for you. I think that book for me is probably this book. I love me some romantasy. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We've got so much fun spooky season content coming your way, so stay tuned for that. I really hope to see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye guys.